Well, hello guys! I am back for another Plan With Me, and I can't believe it is October already. I'm so excited to share my October spreads with you, but first of all, I got a new bullet journal. I actually finished an entire bullet journal, and so now I'm on to a new journal, which I had purchased this one a little while ago, and I did mention it in one of my videos previously that I had purchased this. I am going to be going over a couple of different things. I'm going to be going over the first few pages of a new bullet journal, setting it up, my monthly setup, and then my weekly setup. And I'm going to put the times here on the screen so that if you want to skip ahead to a specific section, you can go ahead and do that now. So this is a Strathmore toned sketchbook, and here's what an empty page looks like. It is very similar to what I was using before. It's just a little bit smaller. Something also a little bit different that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try doing a vertical bullet journal. Previously, my bullet journal was entirely horizontal, and I want to challenge myself to do something a little bit different. So I am going to go ahead and do it vertically. So for the first page, I decided to do a little quote, just a nice little opening for the bullet journal. That I just really wanted to have a little fun with it. I am going to put an index here. I had an index in my other one that I just wrote straight on the page. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to type one up. It became really messy and the lines were not perfect and it was driving me nuts, so I stopped using it. And besides, the index for me is really for when I go back to my bullet journal after the fact, like when I'm going through my memories and I'm looking through the pages. I like having the index there. So I'm just going to do the index last, type it up, print it out, and put it there. That's just for myself later. Now, as for what I carried over from my previous journal, I carried over my 2016 goals, even though I have already completed some, just because when I finish 2016, I want to be able to review my goals, and if they were in the other journal, I'd have to pull it out, and I just would rather have it right here in this journal. Makes it easier for me. I also added a couple of goals that were not on the previous list that I had added for myself a couple months ago. About 6 months, I added some more goals, so I added those into here. I did a 3-month layout, and this is actually a boo-boo, which is why these are on white paper. I originally did the ink numbers on the page, and then I was erasing something down here, and I went to swipe the eraser marks off the page, and I smudged the ink across the entire top of the page. So this is kind of a fixer boo-boo. Mistakes do happen and you just kind of have to work with them. So that's what this page became. And I just marked down dates for each month, and I only did the 3 months for the rest of this year. I'm going to do a whole new setup when we get to the end of the year. Alright, this is my quarterly setup. It hasn't really changed. It's just, vertical instead of horizontal. I have my stats, for social media stats for my 3 businesses that I'm keeping track of. I have a thoughts and ideas page where I can quickly write things down, kind of like a sketch dump. And then I have my YouTube video ideas, a whole list of awesome ideas, don't look secrets, and blog ideas as well. So I can write those down very quickly and tick them off as I finish them. And now we're into my monthly setup. I'm super excited about this monthly setup. I love Halloween themed things. I don't always dress up for Halloween, but I love all the decor. I love decorating and doing different things. So I knew I wanted the color of this month to be orange, and this gel pen that I have, as you can see, is really light and it doesn't really show up that well. So I went to Michael's. My goal was to find a bright orange pen that actually works with this journal, and I was able to find it. It's a Recollections chalk marker, and as you can see, it's extremely vibrant and nice, and I love it so much. So I had a lot of fun with my monthly setup so far, and I can't wait to use this more. I have my normal calendar set up that I'm going to record the weather and the temperature every single day, especially now that it's getting colder. And then my monthly goals, a quote of the month, and a November look. Just like last time, it's just formatted a little bit differently. I am going to keep doing my October memories where I draw my memories every single day, and then I also am going to keep up with the daily drawing. I am going to stop I think doing the D&D challenge. I took a break in September and I was able to draw a little bit more personal projects, and so I think I'm going to keep doing that, especially since if you haven't been watching my other videos, I do have Inktober coming up, which is where you do an ink drawing every single day in October, and I also have the sketchbook project that I'm working on. So I just don't have that much time to draw, and so I think I'm going to take a break from the D&D challenge topics, just do quick little sketches in the daily drawing section and make it my own drawings, focus on my own work more. Also, something I do want to mention is if you have any if you need any ideas for your October pages, if you're going to go for a Halloween theme like I have, I will be releasing a new video, another Draw With Me, tomorrow, and it's going to be all Halloween themed headers and icons. So much like my fall headers and icons, it's going to be just like that, except all Halloween themed things. So if you want to check back for that, be sure to subscribe, and I will be posting that one tomorrow. Alright, now on to my October tracker. Again, same thing, just formatted differently. Instead of having the days across the top, I put them down the sides, and then I put the little topics across the top. I did mess up here. It was my first time doing it, and it didn't come out exactly what I want, but I learned by the end this is the proper way to do it. You have to have it right at a 45-degree angle so that it works nicely. And then books read, movies watched, and video games played. I loved that in September my food log, having it on a separate page really worked well. So this is part 1 of the food log, and then when I get down to the last box, I'll create another one in the middle of the month. And I just keep track of my food and what I'm drinking and everything every single day. Sometimes I write it, sometimes I draw it. It just works out really nicely for me. And now we're into my dailies, weekly setup. So I got a little carried away with this. Usually I just do this in pencil before the actual month starts, but I was so excited about the design that I just kind of kept going with it. So I'm going to have my goals, my weekly goals, a song of the moment, and a gratitude log where I keep track of things that I'm happy for. And then the dailies, I'm going to change them up every couple of days. I started off with candy corns, and at the end of the week it's going to be little bats. And I've got a couple of illustrations and quotes planned and everything. So that's what it looks like so far. I just keep track of what I'm doing every single day, and my goals and planning as far as that goes. And that is it. So I am all set to start this month, and I'm really excited about it. I hope that you enjoyed this overview of my bullet journal. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I make 2 new videos a week. Sometimes they're art videos, sometimes they're travel videos, but either way, I actually, in the month of October, will be trying to complete 3 videos a week. It's like my personal goal for the month, so definitely subscribe. Leave a comment what you think about my bullet journal before. If there's anything you have questions about or you want to see more of, please let me know. I used to do time lapses of creating the pages, but most people weren't watching the entire video, so I don't think that that's what a lot of people like to see. But if you do want to see that, let me know, and maybe I'll make a special separate video that's just time lapses for the people that actually enjoy that. I do appreciate all feedback, so please do comment below, let me know, and I will see you later. Remember to live, love, and travel on. Bye! The flow of the page works really well. I'm filling everything out. I'm using the space wisely, and I think that has been a big help at making my pages look cleaner.